going on, you guys? TCO Christian Studios. Welcome to my live stream, you guys. Today we're just gonna be live streaming a bit of Minecraft. Just give you guys a rundown on what I'm really doing. Mostly I have like tonight to plan on just finishing up whatever I can with this attraction, the water ride, and of course just give you guys a bit of background on what I do, in this park. Hope you guys do enjoy the live stream today. All right, let's get to it. So we're gonna go back inside. Please give you guys a rundown how everything looks here. This is how the whole queue looks up. Got a lot of details here and everything. That's actually the exit ride. You'll see it right now too. So this is the loading area. The drop off is actually like right beneath it. I'll show you guys right now. Of course, this is the actual build. This is where I got as far as so far. Of course, the main build up is going to be right here as well, up this hill. I always like to make these build ups in the dark just to get that little feeling of Pirates of the Caribbean. I may actually just set it up like that, and then yeah, hope you guys do enjoy the live stream. I know a lot of people will think about like, why am I live streaming at this point? Well, because I just feel like it. I know a lot. I pretty much know a lot of people don't see me live streaming at this part. At this point, and we'll probably figure out what the point of live streaming at 10 o'clock when nobody's actually watching me play games or some sort. Well, I mean, usually I would like to live stream whenever I get a chance. Like right now, I have the chance because, of course, since I do still live with my parents, I usually don't have that time to record because my family's always here and they usually do. But right now they're not because they're in Vegas, so I decided why not just stream with the opportunity that I have right now. So yeah, that's why I'm here. So again, hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic night, a fantastic weekend. I do have a lot of stuff planned out for the past 6 years as far as animation, and of course bringing some of my wall pass stories to life through animation. I have been actually planning on taking some animation classes so I can get the basics of animation, and of course the basics of, how should I say it, the basics of modeling as well, so I can get started with modeling my own characters and the characters I'm thinking about in my Wattpad stories. Because just like a lot of writers, I'm pretty much one of those writers that just goes all over the top. And what do I mean by over the top? I pretty much mean by, instead of just writing a pure detailed story, why not build a soundtrack for it and go as far as even try to get some people to be the actors and of course, read the story through the lines of the character. Similar to what you will watch in the movie, but, audible rather than visually. So that's usually what I have planned for some areas. And as far from that, anything else, I'm pretty much kind of like just, on a standby. See if it works or it doesn't work. Like as you see right now. What you guys are seeing right now is actually the ideas I have for a theme park I wanted to create in the near future. And usually Minecraft is pretty much the only one of the only games I have that I can bring some of these stuffs to life. Even though this is not in the full detail, like I can't do that much details, from that of what how should I say it, from that of what Planet Coaster can do. Now that, of course, for those of you who do not know, Planet Coaster is actually coming to consoles as well. So if you guys are actually watching my stream right now, let me know if you guys are excited for Planet Coaster. For those of you who like theme park simulators, trust me, when I first heard that Planet Coaster was coming out for PC, I was kind of just jealous, Though right now I do have Planet Coaster on PC, but it pretty much doesn't run well due to the computer being, very limited to its power sources, and Planet Coaster being the more high demanding type of thing. Um, but I mean, having to know that the game is actually coming out in consoles for consoles, it's just truly amazing. Like now, I'll be able to create all the stuff I created here and throw them into the big screen. Throw them into the more detailed worlds. Of course, let's have a break from this attraction and try to show you guys around. Something I never kind of do. I usually do my original videos, but I just show you like the progress of each attraction. So yeah, of course, welcome. This is actually TCO Creation Studios World. I haven't come up with a perfect name yet, but that's usually what I go for. This is the entrance. Of course, not got like not fully done yet, but of course you guys to see. I put my logo on here as well, TCO, and of course I did decide to have this whole entire land for attractions. Maybe having a total of six to seven attractions, having Outbreak, the Temple of Doom, and of course this Water Rapids ride being the highest, of them all. Um, Now, this water ride, Outbreak the ride, and of course the Temple of Doom ride are actually my most original um, attractions. They were not copied as far as having to be, how should I say it, having to be just inspired by other attractions. For example, Outbreak the ride was inspired by Transformers and Spider-Man the ride, since those rides were mostly motion simulated with physical sets and a screen that will match with the physical world. If you guys know what I mean. If you guys been to Transformers or Spider-Man, either of those simulation rides, you will know what I mean. But for those of you who don't, then I would just tell you guys to educate yourself. Look it up on YouTube, look up the rides, and you guys will know what I mean. Of course, um, we'll start off with Outbreak, show you guys exactly what I mean. Oh, I forgot to fix that part. Hold up a second. Bring up that wood. There you go. So now this is actually Outbreak the ride. Pretty neat, right? Usually, this ride was actually motivated, kind of inspired also by other attractions such as Pirates of the Caribbean. For those of you who have been to Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland, here in Anaheim, or of course any other Disneyland park that has Pirates of the Caribbean, you will know that that the inside has like a nighttime effect. Let's say that you went to Disneyland during the day, and you went to Pirates of the Caribbean during the day, and it's like you go in there and it's nighttime. Like it kind of makes you forget like what time it is. From the inside. So that's what I try to pull off here. It's daytime in the outside, but it's actually nighttime in the inside. That's one of the reasons why I put like black concrete on the roof to give the impression of of night as well. Even for some of the walls, they give the impression also that there's more to go over there, but it's just pure darkness. And having some of the areas here pop out from the wall. Of course, we continue on through here on the line. The backstory to this ride is that supposedly you're group of friends going on a camping trip until your camping trip was interrupted by an emergency broadcast system discussing that there was a zombie outbreak near a prison. And this is where all that's going to show here. And once you get to this tree point, this is where you're going to hear the emergency broadcast sirens going on, like air raids and everything. And of course, you being the curious human you are, you decide to go to the prison, which it is right here. Of course, once you're in here, you're going to be hearing alarms. You're going to be hearing announcers telling you that for those remaining survivors, report to the loading docks of the warehouse, a couple buildings away from the original outbreak burst. And of course, once you pass through here, this is where they're kind of telling you if you wanted to volunteer to transfer a very delicate cure to the Empire State Building. And yes, I said Empire State Building because this game is taking place, or not this game, this ride is taking place in New York City. So of course, that's the backstory. You're pretty much going to be volunteers to take a cure to the Empire State Building, which they already implemented a what's called an emergency launcher, which will launch the cure into the sky, causing the cure to rain down. to prevent the virus from spreading even further. So of course, once you're in here, this is where, of course, like every other attraction, there'll be a TV here that will discuss about the attraction. Of course, the general rules of the attraction itself. Of course, once you continue through here, this, just me being the person I am, I would like to theme the entire area. That's why I have all these windows with light to give the impression that, that you're in a very secure, prison facility. So once you pass through here, this is where the actual ride starts. Now, I did say this is actually a simulation, so there's no minecart on this one. But I did build a track, and I know how this ride will work. So of course, once you're in the ride, this is how it's gonna go. Let me actually, delete the hand and the UI, just so you guys can get a better look at it. So of course, you guys go through here. This is where the ride will stop, like every other attraction, and let the first vehicle go inside while you stay back. You know, like every other attraction would do, similar to Transformers. After you got the all clear, you go through here. Now this ride is going to be 3D as well, so of course it's going to tell you to put on those 3D glasses. First thing happens, explosion happens in this corner right here, causing you to drip, and at the same time the vehicle gets lifted up to provide now the 360 effects, and now you face this screen here. Of course, sorry guys, I'm actually eating some pizza right now. Of course, during the scene, the zombies breach through a doorway, causing a flaming barrel to crash from that screen outside the screen to this little area here. That's where you see the TNT, which caused an explosion, causing a backdraft style catwalk to fall right at you. But at the same time, with the explosion, you get impacted by the blast, and you're kind of like, went from this direction. Of course, you see the catwalk there, and the military people on the screen is telling you to go. They got you cover, and that's when you kind of reverse this direction, and now you burst through those doors this way. Now, at this scene, this is where you get your information. They tell you that they're gonna meet you up at the at Manhattan, which is closer to the Empire State Building, and they'll help you get there. What? But you had to take um, a 2 mile drive alone. So they wish you good luck, and this is where you exit out of the prison to a small train station here. I know this may not look like a train station. Like I said, Minecraft does have its you know, limitations, so I wasn't able to do much. And so, yeah, I mean, right here is actually the train station. So, like I said, I'm trying to simulate as much as I can to show you guys how the ride's gonna look. Of course, explosion happens here, facing up, crash down, and you're facing this screen. Something happens. Now you're heading into this warehouse gas factory. Of course, this scene right here is actually inspired by the scene in Transformers where Megatron pops out from the sewers and grabs you, and you try to reverse to escape his grab. Similar scene happens here. The antagonist, who is actually a big zombie monster, grabs you, and you try to escape his grabs. And you let go, facing these windows here, and now you go into this room here. Of course, once you're in this room, of course, the antagonist, since the antagonist can't get you out of there, he's gonna have to force you out by causing a chain reaction of explosions from outside to the inside, which causes this area right here to explode, and this car, there's time moving along the track to hit this pipe right here. And yes, like I said, limitations, couldn't actually make it look like a pipe, so I just added the fence there to make it look like a pipe. Of course, like I said, car hits the pipe, causes the fire, and the fire or the oil inside the gas tank to ignite, and of course, yeah, explodes. Move this way, and this is where you get to the second floor of the attraction. Like I said, sorry, I'm eating some pizza right now. Of course, this is actually a screen that you're looking at. Lift it up, you land into Manhattan, but on a second floor building. So this is actually my favorite part of the ride because, of course, I give this area the look of like, you being on top of a skyscraper. So right here, you land on this area. You see the horde zombies down there. The main antagonist is right there telling you like, there's nowhere to run. You cannot, You cannot hide anymore. You gotta give up now. And at the same time, you get a message from your radio attached to your vehicle where there's a stealth bomber heading your direction, so they need you to move out of the way if you don't want to get bombed. And at the same time, the explosions from the missiles coming from the jet start falling, and this is where the scene um, ignites the smoke blasters, which give the impression of the bombs falling, which will land on that one over there first, then this building there, the building there, then that building there. At the same time, when this one explodes, you enter this building, and the fire pops out from the roof, causing you to, make it just in time. There's gonna be like the third to last screen you see, where one of your generals sacrifices his life to save you to keep you guys going. And of course, yeah, you move to the finale fight. There's the Empire State Building. Yeah, my own impression of the Empire State Building. There's a screen here. Of course, the general ends up turning into a zombie, but is able to control it. Yeah, what a coincidence. Of course, the robotic arm or the launcher that you have on your vehicle launches the cure to the guy, to the general, which he places it up there on the tower. And this is where I'm gonna have like a bit of a water effect, where you feel the cure hitting down onto you, curing you, even though you're not infected, but curing the antagonist. And then last minute effort to make you pay for ruining his plan, he pushes you off the building to, as a way of saying like, oh, if I'm gonna die, you die with me, blah blah blah. And of course, you land on the floor safely, looking at the screen. Of course, this is gonna be the finale where you end up seeing this screen here, and you actually see the antagonist up there telling you, you recruits did very well. And you're welcome to join our army anytime. Stay safe out there. And then, of course, this is the end. And that's the actual cure you've been carrying in your vehicle the entire time. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, there's a lot of explaining I need to do for this ride. But, yeah, I mean, this is the exit. So you're going to actually head to the drop-off, which is right here. And like I said, I always like to add the whole area into, like, add a bit of, environmental areas, like buildings and everything. Give the impression. And of course, yeah, that was the entire ride. And for those of you who want to see the ride from the rooftop, no problem. Bring back the hand, and then you put some night vision on. And of course, this is how it looked like from the roof. This is how the entire attraction looked like from the top view. Of course, that area is a solo area. But yeah, I mean, there's the queue here. Entire queue coming in. Our queue, and you can see that when you're coming into the direction of the prison, there's the actual like second screen that you see right here from the attraction itself. Loadout docks. One thing I actually did with this is that if you guys see this black concrete, I actually put it there because when you're standing on here, it looks like you're actually on top of a what's called that there's a roof within a roof, if you know what I mean. But like I said, usually you don't see much from the sky as much, so yeah. Call this as like, seeing the ride with the lights on. Good joke there. So yeah, I mean, of course, there's actually an Easter egg right here in this building. Those white walls that you guys see there used to be actual screens, but due to the entire time of me, renovating the place, making sure there's some changes, like make some changes to the ride to make it, look good. Um, like of course this wasn't here before. The screen actually used to be at this line right here, but of course I added this and everything. And like some other changes to the other areas. So in order to get to the other side, we're gonna have to go through the building. Like I said, full on everything. This ride, in total took me around 5 to 6 months. Well, 5 months to create it in total, and 6 months to refurbish it. by one, adding the sky, and of course adding the black bricks on top, and of course making some changes such as, you know, the screen here and some of the areas on the second floor, which happens to be the, you know, this area. Like I said, I mean, adding some environmental areas to give the area a bit more feeling that you're actually here. Of course, like I said, this is how it looks from top view. The entire track layout. You know, adding some lighting in this area with that. Of course, the finale. The black line here is actually representing the vehicle going into home base. If you guys know what I mean. For those of you who have worked at theme parks before, you guys will know what home base means when it stands for the attraction, for an attraction. So yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it of Outbreak the Ride. I will try to give you guys more updates when I have them ready to be released to the public. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty much Outbreak the Ride, just right there. Alright, well, I'm actually gonna stop, streaming, so hope you guys did enjoy this short stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on my next video. TCO Creation Studios.